Let's talk about home buying 101. The first thing you need to do is find a realtor. I'm sure you've seen them all over the place, maybe on a sign, or maybe your mom's friend is a realtor, or possibly somebody else that you've noticed. However, they're not all the same. The most important thing is to try to find someone who is fluent in American Sign Language or knowledgeable with deaf culture. It's important because home buying is a very emotional and stressful process. It's good to have somebody who can sign and use your first language. So if you don't know anybody who is deaf friendly or a realtor in your area that knows deaf culture, reach out and I can help you find someone. You found your realtor. So now what do you do next? Create a checklist for yourself. Things that you must have in your new house. So for example, how many bedrooms or how many bathrooms do you require? Or if you know that you must have a fenced-in yard for your kids, go ahead and put that down on your checklist. Alternatively, you should also create a checklist for things that would be nice to have. So if you must have 3 bedrooms, put that on your must-have list. But if it would be nice to have 4 or 5 bedrooms, go ahead and add that to the nice-to-have checklist. Keep them separate because your realtor will follow very closely your must-have list as close as possible. But they can also follow your would-be nice-to-have list and keep it within your budget. Now let's talk about finances. I know that's a tough topic, but we have 2 parts to this for finances. The first one that I want you to do is really assess and make sure that you have a good, comfortable number that you are willing to pay for a mortgage monthly. That doesn't mean how much you can afford. That's something entirely different. If you apply for a mortgage, the mortgage broker will tell you how much you can afford. However, how much you can afford and how much you are willing to pay is completely different. So the first thing you need to do is print off your bank statement. There should be a list in front of you and you can figure out how much you typically pay for food, how much you pay for electricity, gas, your water bill, any type of utilities. Then you can look through and figure out how much you pay monthly for other things that you can't cut or reduce. Then it will help you figure out exactly how much you'd be willing to pay monthly for a mortgage. Then the second part of the finances is it's important for you to look at your credit score. If you're above 640, that means that you would have a better interest rate. If you have a credit score of 730 or 740 or above, that means you would probably get the best interest rate, meaning the interest rate would be low. If you're below 640, that is no problem. You can still get a mortgage. That's a little bit of a misconception that people have. But I do recommend repairing your credit score if it is below that 640 number. If you're not sure how to do that, I will create another video explaining more in detail how to figure out how to fix your credit score.